Well, welcome back to the Black Swamp 2020 kind of COVID season start. I got Caleb Hogrefe with us today. He's a senior at Archbold, and he was one of the leaders on the team last year that went all the way to the state, regionals then. And so I brought Caleb on today to talk to him about this upcoming season and see how things are going. So, Caleb, what's happening, man? It's a wild world we're in right now.
Yeah, well, everything's been a little different this year. I mean, everybody's used to that by now.
Yeah.
But we've still just tried to stay focused on, we haven't been knowing who we're going to play. For a while we didn't. So we just focused on, Coach Tom always told us we'll show up and we'll play whoever whenever they tell us to, and just be ready for that.
So you guys scrimmaged Eastwood, right?
Yeah.
How'd that go? I mean, what'd you guys see when you got to look at the film later on? I mean, how do you feel about that scrimmage?
Our defense played pretty well. I think we ended up maybe winning by a touchdown, but there was definitely some improvements we needed to make. The offense, we put some points on the board, but we had a lot of penalties and some stuff we need to clean up, but nothing too big. Everything was fixable.
Yeah, I mean, you lost some big players from a year ago with Babcock and Gladio and those kids. How do you guys feel about your defense going into this season?
I think we'll still be really strong. I mean, we're not really too worried. We got our DBs are still almost – we miss Elijah, but everyone else is back. And then up front, we're doing more than well. And then Carson's back at linebacker. He's really good, so we should be pretty good.
So how's practice been? I mean, what do you guys do to kind of keep safe distance when you really can't? How's it work?
Well, I mean, so one thing we've done is the JV has gone and they've been off separate most of the time. So that way we're not coming in contact with them as much as we can. And then when we're in the locker rooms, obviously, and putting our pads on and stuff, we have our masks on. And then when we get out to the field, if you're not in, we try to spread out as much as possible, and that's about all we can do.
So as a whole, it's been working. You guys see that?
Yeah.
How's it been like off the field? Because I know that's a big worry about everybody. We know some schools that's already had some issues. How do you guys handle that? Are you seniors kind of putting your foot down with the younger classmates saying, hey, steer clear, do this kind of thing, what?
Yeah. So one thing Coach Damo always tells us before the weekend is he'll tell us, like, hey, be smart, don't go out. He said, if you want to hang out with a couple friends, that's fine, but keep it close and no more than 10 people. And that's pretty much what we tell all the younger guys to.
So getting into 2020, I mean, it's going to be short. I mean, 6 games basically, and you guys go right into the playoffs. So how do you feel about it right now? Do you guys feel you're going to be there to, possibly be the NWAL champs, or how do you guys see it?
I mean, we were picked as a league favorite, but we don't really pay attention to that. We're just worried on beating one team at a time. So right now we're focused on Brian, and then whoever's after that's after that. But, yeah, I mean, we should be pretty good as long as we fix the little things and we just play our hardest.
So, hands down, who's the toughest dude on the team right now?
Offensive or defensive?
The
or
whole
just
team.
overall?
I don't care. Who is your baddest dude? And I know it's kind of hard not picking yourself because I watched you play a little bit last year, but who would you say, other than you, would be the baddest dude?
Probably Carson Meyer.
Carson Meyer, yeah. So we're going to have Carson on and talk to him a little bit too, because I keep getting – both you guys were in the blockhead situation last year. And, I mean, we know you kind of one of your rival teams, a kid from Wasion, Isaac, he got the blockhead of the year. Are you going to strive for that this season, or what are you after?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to do my best to help the team out, and if that comes along with it, then hey.
Yeah. How's DJ Newman doing? I mean, is he really making it his own this year? What's happening on the offense?
DJ's doing really well. I mean, I think he's starting to feel more comfortable. Last times there were still times where he's hesitant because he's younger.
Yep.
But, I mean, this year you can tell he's got the feel for it.
On your schedule now, who's your biggest worry? Is it going to be LC, Wasion? I mean, how do you feel right now? I know you're taking a game at a time, but you know who's back. I mean, you got Penrod over at Wasion, and he's going to talk some major smack.
Yeah.
And because he is kind of the king of that. And then Isaac Wilson ain't going to say much, but you're going to know you're playing a beast in that kid. And but is LC? I mean, who do you favor other than you guys? Who do you think is the best squad?
I think LC is going to be pretty good. I mean, they're good every year.
Yeah.
Casey knows Coach Moeller knows what he's doing over there. So
yeah,
I think they'll be pretty tough.
Yeah, he runs a nice ship against you. I mean, to beat you guys at your house last year, and I was standing there, I was in shock that they came back because you guys were getting on. Now, with the playoffs, I mean, with it being such a short season, are you guys prepared for, to get things rolling a lot quicker this year? Because last year, I mean, it's just normal as all get out. But this year, you guys, I mean, it's a short season. Are you guys worried about that at all?
No, I think we're pretty ready. I mean, Coach Damo's had us prepared from day one that just show up and play. Whoever they tell you you're playing, just play.
Yeah. Well, I will say this about your coach. I mean, that Wasion game, when he scored right before half and he called that play, I mean, that coach has got some gumption. I mean, you guys are playing for somebody that will lay it out. So if he tells you something, he's not scared.
Yeah.
So on your team, I mean, what's the things that if somebody's coming to watch you guys this year, what are some of the things we're going to need to look at? What do you think your strengths are, or maybe possibly some weaknesses are? I mean, it's okay to open up and tell it.
I think our strengths, we have most of our skill position guys back. So I think we'll definitely be good there. And, I think we'll be a lot faster than most teams with Tono and Noah.
Yep.
And I wouldn't say it's a weakness necessarily, but we got some new guys filling in on the lines. But I think they'll be ready to go. So
I'm going to let you get off here. I'm going to get with Carson, and we'll hook up with him at another time. But I really appreciate it, Caleb. And like I said, this is Caleb Hogrefe from Archbold. You guys want to see some quality football, you might want to try and check them out on a Friday night in this short season. And hopefully you guys go deep, because the playoffs are set up for you guys to really make a run this year, unless something, changes that I don't know. But looking at the bigger picture, it's going to be fun. I'll definitely make it to a game and support you guys and hopefully see something happen. Before I get off, though, are you looking at playing college football or anything? That's one thing I was going to ask you.
Right now I'm not. Coach Damo had tried to set up some stuff in the off season, but just unless I were to get maybe a D2 offer, I don't think I'm looking at D3 or anything like that.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I get it. It's one of those deals, and that's one of them personal decisions you got to make with your parents, and plus when you get in the D2 stuff, you can get a little money. That helps a little bit. And so, I mean, unless something's happened, I mean, we're all working class stiffs, so it always helps to help your college get paid for.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wish you the best of luck, Cato, and we'll see you down the road here, and I will be watching, because we're gonna have a blockhead of the year again, and you're gonna have to, if you're gonna beat out old Isaac Wilson and a few kids from Central Catholic and all these, because we've added so many more teams, you're gonna have to step your game up. So when you see the fat man walking the sideline, you better be ready to roll.
All righty.
All right, Caleb. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.